Being unemployed at home. How do the days actually pass? There are no carefully designed scripts, nor any meticulously planned schedules. Just the most authentic, ordinary day. At 6:40 a.m., the alarm rings right on time, kicking off my cooking duties. My wife has to be at work by 8 a.m., so I must ensure she can sit down at the dining table by 7:30 a.m. to enjoy a hot meal. Honestly, trying to come up with different breakfast ideas every single day is a real brain drainer, even for someone like me with a bit of decision paralysis. I have no choice but to face this daily puzzle. After pacing back and forth on what to make, I decided to keep it simple today. A bowl of hot egg drop soup paired with the remaining half of yesterday's corn. A heavy rain poured all night long, leaving some puddles in the yard mixed with fallen debris. It looks like I'll have to spend some energy cleaning it up later. Perhaps because I was distracted filming while cooking today, my rhythm was a bit slow. By the time my wife came downstairs, the food hadn't cooled down to the perfect temperature yet. She hurriedly swallowed a few bites and rushed off to work. Summer is here, and wind and rain always come and go in a flash. The drain in the corner of the yard was blocked by poplar fuzz again. This stuff is truly annoying, but I can only clear it out patiently. After tidying up the yard, I turned around and headed upstairs to handle my own business. The first order of business was opening YouTube to check my channel data. Well, the results weren't ideal, and a faint sense of disappointment inevitably swept through my heart. The second thing was following up on a new 3D model order. Recently, a few old clients have knocked on my door sporadically, but through these few collaborations, I've noticed a severe issue. The prices they are willing to accept are continuously plummeting. In the past, a single model could be negotiated for 1,000 RMB. Now, it is a struggle to close a deal at 500 or even 300 RMB. I think there are two main reasons behind this. 1. Hyper competition, 内卷. The industry is too overcrowded, and practitioners are slashing their own prices just to survive. 2. The rise of AI. The massive popularization of AI tools has caused the moat of the design industry to collapse instantly. A real-world example. Right before the Lunar New Year, a client gave me design drafts and required me to complete the full pipeline, including modeling, texturing, and rigging. I poured a massive amount of effort into it to meet the client's satisfaction. Yet, afterward, the client told me that he now just throws design drafts straight into AI, and the AI generates the video shots instantly. Why would anyone bother to model and rig with so much effort anymore? At that moment, I truly felt the crisis. The impact of AI on our industry is nothing short of revolutionary. Around 11 a.m., Grandma called me from downstairs to eat dumplings. I called back, telling her I'd just whip up something quick for myself, and that she shouldn't worry. For lunch alone at home, I have always championed minimalism. Dumplings, instant noodles, or dried noodles. Whatever is easiest goes. Today, let's have dried noodles. I'll head over to the apple orchard to harvest some fresh bok choy. The apricots in the orchard are about to ripen, hanging heavy and looking enticingly large. Grandpa was weeding in the field, and he pointed out where the bok choy was. Harvesting just a handful, enough for today, would do. While I'm at it, I'll pull up 2 stalks of garlic sprouts. These garlic sprouts look a bit mature. I wonder how they will taste. Returning to the kitchen, I washed the veggies thoroughly, plucking the bok choy leaves one by one and pinching off the parts with bug holes. I sliced the garlic sprouts diagonally to toss into the pot later for extra flavor. Cracking an egg, adding a pinch of salt, and beating it well. Pouring it into the hot oil. Frying the egg until fragrant, then scooping in a ladle of water. Once the water boiled, I casually threw in the seasonings. I cook entirely by feel, dropping various condiments one by one, and the flavor naturally comes together. It's a total freestyle stacking method. As the noodles, bok choy, and garlic sprouts hit the pot, the aroma of lunch began to waft through the air. After finishing the noodles and clearing up the aftermath, it was exactly 1 p.m. I am used to taking a 1-hour afternoon nap. This is not only a biological clock left over from my old office job, but also to ensure I have more energy for the afternoon. Waking up from the nap, I continued writing scripts while coordinating model details with my client. Although this project is nearing its end, the client hasn't finalized the draft yet, so the final payment is still hanging in the air. The biggest realization of working from home is that you must maintain extreme self-discipline and constantly battle temptations. Clearly, I am not doing well enough. I often get sucked in by various videos. After mindlessly scrolling through several of them, I suddenly snap out of it. Shoot, I haven't done my actual work yet. At 6 p.m., I waited for my wife at the entrance of the alley after she finished work. Then, we headed out together to the supermarket to buy ingredients. My wife teaches in the countryside. The 9 teachers at her school take turns cooking, 1 person per week, and it happens to be her turn this week. Naturally, we had to prepare tomorrow's ingredients ahead of time. We both have the same decision paralysis when it comes to deciding what to eat. So we opted for something simple: chicken and potato curry stew. Perfect. We chose a large supermarket in the county seat. Although it's slightly pricier, it has a complete selection, and the quality puts our minds at ease. I'll put the prices of the ingredients we bought on the screen. Compared to the cost of living in your area, do you think this is expensive or cheap? Let me know in the comments. We got home around 7 p.m. and it was dinner time. In Henan, we are accustomed to having porridge with stir-fried dishes and mantou for breakfast and dinner, while focusing on noodles for lunch. Tonight, I made millet porridge and a cold cucumber salad that was refreshing and cleansed the palate. The preparation was as simple as always, requiring absolutely no technique, relying entirely on the flavor profile stacked by the seasonings. I also cut up some fruit we bought a couple of days ago. If we don't eat it soon, it'll spoil. After dinner, my wife dragged me to film a short video for a hand gesture challenge. In front of the camera, looking at my clumsy and awkward hands, the two of us couldn't help but burst into laughter together. By the time we finished doing the dishes, it was already past 8 p.m. Recently, my wife has been feeling discomfort in her cervical spine, so I specially bought a shoulder and neck massager, hoping to give her some relief. I tried it out too, but the sensation felt quite awkward. Maybe I'm just not used to it yet. After keeping my wife company in the living room for a bit, I went back to my computer. I decided to rush out some more copy and at the same time edit and process the short video we just shot. Before I knew it, the clock hands were pointing to 11 p.m. After washing up, lying in bed, scrolling through our phones, and chatting casually, we usually don't fall asleep until midnight. But tonight, before sleeping, my wife suddenly asked me, "Are you curious about how many views that short video we just posted has gotten?" "A little bit." "Come on, let's go check." So, past midnight, the two of us crawled back up, opened the computer, clicked on the web page, and checked the video data. 494 views. Not bad. Time to sleep. This is my most ordinary, average day, even though it's hard to avoid a bit of anxiety about the future. As long as I am with my wife, everything is actually pretty good.